Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. Eric and I are going to be working on preparing for concrete on the north section of that barn house build that we're doing. The plumber has been here. We had some questions on his work, but our concrete contractor came out and had another contractor come out and look at it, and they said, oh, yep, that looks normal. So I'll show you what we're talking about, but we're going to get to leveling it, doing the final level grade in there, then put some foam down, get the rest of the boards up, and vapor barrier rebar. That's what we needed to be ready for the concrete coming, and it's coming. Let's see, today's Sunday, a week from Tuesday, so we have about 5 days to do it, which would be plenty to do, but still need to get her done. So let's get to it. So this is the highest point. In our thoughts, we would have had all that buried below grade, but we're just gonna bed it in sand and put some concrete on top of it. So that piece there to the left is for ice maker for a fridge, and then we have continuous loop, hot and cold water. That is for the shower and possibly for a washing machine. The black box is for shower pan. This is for vanity. This one here, this is for upstairs bathroom. Come down through there. Toilet here in the front. Maybe the washing machine exit, don't know, not sure exactly what this one's for. I think it's for just a vent, but not positive. Sink there, toilet. This is where the furnace is going to go. This is the floor drain for the utility room. That is for a drain for a hot water heater, and this is a stack for that whole drain system there to go up. Water over there, so that's what he did. And then the exit here, so then that'll go out this direction to where the septic system will be. We just kind of figured that everything would be below grade, so down a few more inches. So, but especially down over in this section, we're just going to have to bring our foam up to it and sand around it, bed everything in sand, so to get to our 6-inch mark for our slab. So, and then we're just going to put foam where we can and then bed it in sand everywhere else. So, but we're getting to it this morning. Try to get this all leveled out, compacted, and then start putting some foam down. I just got my stack of foam over there. All right, we're plugging along here, starting to get all the pipes bedded in, drilling holes now to tie the rebar into the other slab. So we went in 3 inches, and then we'll epoxy those in, and we did those every 4 feet, and then we'll be able to also tie in to the protrusions also. So coming along, bringing it up to 8 inches below slab grade, 2 inches of foam, 6 inches of concrete. So plugging along. I feel like Eric's working harder than me, so I got to get back to work. Okay, we're getting things to grade here. We decided that we were going to foam as we go, so then we can have access to sand to bed this trench that's going to be in there. So first thing I'm going to do is start fitting the foam in this area here, and then bring it down right in about this level here before we bring it across. And then when we get both sides in, then we'll put sand in there so it's flush with the foam. So, and then leave that as it is. Should be good. So, I still haven't done anything with this corner, but we will. This is the geometry test final piece, and we haven't dry fit it, so if it's wrong or it's right, it's right. Huh.
What do you think?
I think that looks pretty dang good.
We don't even need Beth to edit that?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
That looks good.
Yeah.
You just tap over that way a little bit.
Yeah, right
2
there.
inches there. I call that a pass.
That's nice, man.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna foam that little piece there. We've got the big trench there. This will be a big trench. I don't know. Coming along.
Cool. I think it's worth doing that corner.
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. It'll help. So I think we're gonna foam up to the edge of this, leave that whole area sand, and then the next thing we'll have to worry about is this over here, but we're just gonna keep going. It's going good. Yeah. It's awesome. The carnage of a good day. Quite a few complicated pieces, but it's coming along. To bring some of that down and put it in that far corner of those protrusions, and then we need to fill in this little one here, kind of get it flush to the foam as best we can. Eric's putting down a little rebar to keep the wind from taking it. Thinking about a plan for rebar. It's close. Seems like it's right around the corner.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like we did this before.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier this time. We're being a little less picky than the first slab, and it's going good. So we're just over halfway today. Good stuff. This is the next morning, so that's kind of where we got to. I feel like we got all of the pipes bedded. We made a little hump there, just kind of make the vapor barrier have no abrupt edges, and kind of did the same thing over here. I don't know if that's right, but we think it's a good idea, so we're doing it that way. So anyway, we got about a little over halfway, and I would say we got the more difficult pieces done. We just have to deal with this corner here, the water, and then we have to put up one more long board, 42 footer. So coming along though, looking good. We put some rebar down on that just in case there was wind that came up. All right, we're to the stage where we got to do some pounding. Try to get up this last wall, or last board, the last set of boards, and then we can come in flat with the sand and get all the rest of the foam down. So going good. Some 2x6 by 22 footers, so it should only take 2 of those. They're long.
Heavy.
Long and heavy. Okay, coming along. That line looks pretty dang good to me. We're all squared in. We're committed. This is what the structure size is going to be. And it's square. So, and should be level. Finishing up the last of the foam board. And we're just putting this rebar on to keep them flat. They are starting to bow up in the heat. And then next will be vapor barrier. Not sure if we're getting that done today or not, but we're having a little bit of trouble adjusting to the heat. It's not that temperature hot, but it's hot. All right, getting going here this morning. Have all the foam down. It turned out good. It stayed in place pretty well. So next step, I guess the other thing I did is I did some foam. It really puffed up, so have to cut some of that away. Check some of our 6 inches as far as putting foam around the pipes. And then need a little bit more sand probably in this area. And then we'll put the vapor barrier down and start working on rebar. So that's the project for today. Looking good. Of course the deer, they can't stay out of here. So deer tracks in there. I think that one's even fresh from last night. So they just want to see what our progress is. A little more work in here, spreading that sand around. We are gonna drill in some rebar into these areas to kind of tie it together. So lots to do. We're gonna get to it. Eric just showed up. Okay, a little update here. Got about a little over half the plastic down. Paid pretty good attention to sealing all these protrusions, make sure the concrete doesn't get underneath them. We do want the concrete to kind of go around those piers, so we cut those all the way out. Got starting to get the rebar laid in as far as 24 inches on center, and then the outside will have a double stack 12 inches apart. So Eric's been lining that out. I need to cut some more cut some more holes. I think the way we have decided to deal with these piers is we're just going to drill some holes on the side of the piers and epoxy some rebar in to tie them in. These are the ones that are protruding are actually too high, and we want the rebar lower than that. So I'm actually going to cut those off. So that's our plan. Coming along. All right, we're plugging right along today. Rebar, tie wires, and whatever that whirligigger thing is, we're a fan. We used those last time. If you're using wire, you're tougher than we are. Eric will show you how those things work. Just like that, pretty fast. Yeah. So the grid's 2 foot on center. We have a 2-inch adobe, so that keeps everything to the right level. We're pouring a 6-inch slab, so 2-inch, then that's about 2.5. Top of the rebar. So in the middle or slightly below, what we're looking for. Drilled all these holes, so we're going to epoxy those in and then bend them, cut them down, whatever we decided to do after they're epoxied in. Also have epoxy every 48 inches down the slab I've drilled, but we haven't epoxied, so we're going to epoxy that. So that ties into the network, and then we're also going to drill some holes into these piers and bend some rebar and tie into those here also. So, but so far everything's going good, real good. It's one of those overcast days that it's not too hot, but still kind of a job regardless. So we're getting to it. Well, we're out here the next morning. Let's see, we got well over half of the rebar tied. Yesterday, epoxied all of the tie-ins to the piers, and then epoxied all the holes for the extrusions, or so all of those pieces are all epoxied in, so I think we're going to still put a little plastic underneath there as a vapor barrier today, but those are all, yeah, those are all tight. So this was a little challenging in here with all the pipes coming through, but I don't know, doing good. This is the product I use for the epoxy, high strength. This one's 24 hours, but I also used a 10-hour version for all the piers. So yeah, we're a little sore this morning, moving a little slower, but great temperatures. Supposed to rain about an inch in the next 24 hours, so we have till about 5 o'clock before that starts. So we're feeling good. This is another must-have on rebar, is these rebar cutter bender. So well worth the rent on that. And then on this side is a bender. So we were able to make those 90s for the tie-ins on the piers, lickety split. So that's a must-have tool when you're doing rebar. Well, we're calling this ready. We have everything all laid out. Eric put a layer of gravel around all the forms. Everything's tied. Yeah, we're happy. The concrete, the epoxy that we put in, super strong. Seems like it's holding just fine. So we got that tied into the piers everywhere. We did some elevations just to make sure that where the rebar is where it needs to be. Made a little jig there to make sure that was up in the air and out of their way. Tied everything in. Pretty nice. So 2 foot on center, a little bit more here at the entrance to the door, so we put triple layer in there, and then we dip that down because he's going to shape that doorway, 12-foot doorway here, and then a 9-foot doorway over on this side. So it's exciting. It actually went better than we thought. I don't know if Eric and I are getting more efficient at this or what the case is, but it went by fairly easy. I don't know. Well, we're ready for concrete. Today's Sunday. It should be poured on Wednesday. So I just have a few little prep things to do day of, but in general, we're ready. I need to, a couple things I need to do is I'll pull those inner stakes that are on the forms, and then I need to get a hold of some form release, so spray the forms down so it's just kind of an oily kind of thing that allows them to pop away from the concrete more easy. Other than that, we're ready. Good project. Took us about a day and a half to do this portion of it, so we're happy. Next, concrete. Then I do some prep work. I gotta make some sawhorses, start gathering all my materials, and then starting to put together vents. And Eric and I were just discussing maybe putting the brackets, figuring out where all the brackets go, and maybe even drilling a couple holes to have those all lined out with a clean flat slab with nothing on it. I think that's a good idea. So we're gonna look forward to doing that, and yeah, things are going along nicely. Okay, it's concrete day. Crew's already here getting ready. Truck should be rolling in the next 15 minutes. Live action. I think we're ready. So same crew that poured last time. Pump truck there. And use our boards. And then this is his scree center line spot. So raised up that drain a little bit today. Marked out the doors. Got all my form release sprayed on this morning. Put 2 layers on. I don't know, looks good. Ready for action. Ooh. Just had a hose blow there. Glad no one got hurt. There's a lot of pressure coming out of there. Truck number 3. I know we ordered 25 and a half yards, something like that. So truck number 2 unloading. I'm curious how they're going to do this drain here. It needs to be sloped in a few feet out anyway, so they must wait for the concrete to get a little firmer, and yeah, I don't know. Everything else looks good. Just a little bit of finish work. What we have. Can you call it a blank canvas, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, happy to see the concrete in. Well, that's kind of a long video from leveling it out, putting the foam down, vapor barrier, rebar, pour. It's a lot of days of work into that, but it's done, and we kind of have a blank canvas going on, so it's time to build. So exciting to get to this point finally, and I got start working on organization and prep to start building vents next week. So appreciate everyone watching. We'll catch you with the next video, and make sure you hit like and subscribe. And again, thanks for all the new members and all the good comments that come back and forth. I appreciate everything. So you guys have a good day. We'll catch you with the next video.